Before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button because what you're about to hear will change how you see everything about Chrisean Rock, Blueface, and the heartbreaking truth behind their baby's condition, because Chrisean really thought she could keep the truth buried forever. But when she brought her son back into the public eye at a church event, everything unraveled faster than she could control. And now the internet is demanding answers. Because what they saw wasn't just a cute baby appearance, it was a silent cry for help. A harsh mirror reflecting all the mistakes that came before, and no amount of denials or distractions could cover it up anymore. Because her almost 2-year-old child, who had been hidden from the spotlight for months, appeared frozen in time. No reaction, no curiosity, no signs of developmental growth. And while Chrisean smiled through the performance of her new song, Yahweh, fans couldn't help but focus on her son's blank stare, his lack of movement, and the eerie silence that followed. And when the video hit social media, it didn't take long before doctors, fans, and critics began speaking out with a storm of accusations, suspicions, and uncomfortable truths, with one doctor on X outright stating that the child may never speak without urgent intervention, confirming what so many had already feared, that something was seriously wrong, that this wasn't just a normal delay, but a neglected situation finally surfacing for the world to see. And as the clips circulated, the comments turned brutal. Some blamed her drinking and smoking during pregnancy. Some claimed the child showed textbook signs of fetal alcohol syndrome, citing his small eyes, flat mid-face, lack of coordination, and high-pitched screeches, while others were convinced he was blind due to the way his pupils reflected white in flash photos. And as speculation grew louder, Chrisean doubled down in defense, angrily lashing out online with, "Y'all don't know nothing about my baby," and insisting that he was healthy, that doctors hadn't found anything wrong. But fans weren't buying it because they had receipts. Footage from months prior that showed him failing to respond to food, lacking basic reflexes, not holding his head up, and not even attempting to crawl or babble like a child his age should. And then came the infamous live stream where Chrisean was defending her Blueface tattoo, while her son screamed in the background, a chilling sound that set the internet ablaze as viewers claimed he sounded like a cat. And
During
not in
her
a funny
pregnancy,
way,
that
but
was really the
in a way
least
that was
worrying
deeply
thing to
unsettling,
worry about, baby.
leading to even more
We
theories
first
and
found out
concern.
about Junior's
And
illness
all the
when
while,
Keyshawn went live
Chrisean
to
seemed more
defend her
focused on proving
ridiculous
haters wrong
Blueface
than
face
actually
tattoo
addressing the
people
real issue.
witnessed.
Until Blueface's mom,
Junior running
Clarissa
her
stepped
mouth
in with a
live
gut
and
punch of
sobbing
truth, revealing that
uncontrollably in
seeing
the
her
back.
grandson for the first time broke her
He
heart
sounded
because,
as though
she
he was
put it,
truly in a
I
lot
couldn't
of
tell if he was looking at
pain,
me,
but
her,
coaching
or the
did
air.
not even
And as
pause the
harsh as she's been
performance
to
to react
Chrisean,
to him,
in the past,
which
this
drew
wasn't
their
petty.
attention because he
It
was
was
not
pain.
crying
It was
as most
guilt.
newborns
It was a
did.
grandmother
She
devastated
cared
that
more
things had
about
come to
protecting
this.
her tattoo than
Because
she
even
did
though Clarissa has
about
never liked
checking on
Chrisean,
him.
she couldn't ignore the way the baby looked, moved, or failed to engage. And she made it clear that while she may not be perfect, that child didn't deserve to be born into dysfunction. And her voice, cracked with emotion, gave the internet a new villain to examine. Chrisean not just as a reckless influencer, but as a mother who may have failed her child before he even had a chance. And that's when old footage resurfaced like a tidal wave. Clips of Chrisean drinking, smoking, yelling, fighting while pregnant, all captured on Zeus Network, all shown to a cheering crowd like it was entertainment, but now recontextualized as disturbing evidence of negligence, with people pointing out that fetal alcohol syndrome isn't just a label, it's a life sentence if untreated. A condition that affects physical growth, learning ability, and emotional development. And Chrisean's continued refusal to acknowledge the warning signs became the real scandal. Not just the baby's condition, but her prideful rejection of the truth, because when commenters gently suggested she get him evaluated, she snapped, saying, "Stop diagnosing my baby online," instead of considering that maybe, just maybe, the internet wasn't trying to tear her down this time. They were begging her to do better. And Blueface, as absent and chaotic as he's been, managed to shock everyone when he revealed that she had delayed their son's hernia surgery because she had other plans. And it was only after he aired her out that she rushed to get the procedure done, immediately posting about how fast he was recovering and what fans saw as damage control. And it begged the question, how could two people so unprepared to be parents keep treating their child's health like a PR strategy? And while Blueface was clearly no model dad, at least he wasn't in denial, unlike Chrisean, who clung to the idea that her son was perfect, even as video after video told a different story. And then came the breaking point, when her ex-best friend Janet finally spoke up,
and even took
hinting that
Junior
behind the
away
scenes,
from her.
Chrisean was crumbling,
In addition,
unable to face the
considerably
reality of her
worse when a
son's
video
needs,
of Junior
crying in
looked
private
curate.
but refusing help in
Blueface
public,
tried to warn us
clinging
about the problem
to the
even
image of
before
strength
Junior
while
was
her
born,
baby suffered in
but he was
silence.
made to become
And
a
Janet
bitter
didn't just
baby
hint at
daddy.
denial. She called it out,
Yes,
saying,
he is.
"You can't
but
help
he
people
most
who won't accept
definitely
the
wasn't
truth."
lying at the
And
time.
fans rallied behind her,
I don't
saying
care
the same
about
thing in
Croc's
comment
feelings,
sections,
he tweeted.
podcasts, and
She
tweets,
acts as
asking how
though
long it would
there
take
is
before
nothing
Chrisean
wrong with
finally
I
admitted that
assumed
this
it would be
wasn't just the
surgery
bait.
when I traveled to
Internet
Baltimore.
being mean. It was
They
accountability
discussed
knocking
her
on the door
failure
she
to
kept
show up
slamming
for the
shut.
appointment.
And when she finally stopped posting her son
If you
altogether,
interfere, but
fans
given
called
all
it
of the
smartest
drinking and
decision she's ever
smoking
made.
Chrisean
But that
was
piece
doing
didn't last
Instagram
because the
Live, and
church
it was
event
showing
brought
that he
everything back,
exhibited clear
showing the
symptoms of
world that
fetal
nothing had
alcohol
changed.
syndrome.
And it
When the news
broke
broke
people's hearts to
online,
see
a
that at
lot of
almost 2
people
years old,
immediately
he still
fell in
wasn't
love with her
walking,
and started
talking,
berating her,
playing, or even
assuming that
reacting
her
to the
reckless
vibrant world
behavior
around
was
him.
to blame.
And the anger wasn't
She was
about
in the
his possible
club drinking
disability.
away that poor
It was about
baby's
how many
health
red
rather
flags
than
had been
relaxing
ignored,
and eating
how many people
some
tried to
healthy
speak
food
up
at
only to
home.
be silenced, insulted, or
Someone
blocked.
even
And how
discovered
many
an
times
earlier
Chrisean
video
dismissed
of
the concern
Charleston
as
White
hate,
being
when,
disciplined for
in
drinking,
reality, it
in
was
which he
concern for a
predicted
child who never asked
that
to be
her
born into
unborn
chaos.
child will be
A
born
child
with a
caught between two
disability as a
immature
result
parents
of her
who spent more
reckless
time on
behavior.
live streams than in
Even
doctors'
worse,
offices.
a second
And even as
video that went
Clarissa's voice
viral
cracked
showed
again while
Junior
recalling the
looking
first time
so
she met her
perplexed
grandson, saying,
that it almost
"It
looked
crushed
like
my
he
heart
was
a little
blind."
bit.
Again, Chrisean's
It became
decision
clear
to
that
go
love was
live
not the
online
issue.
with the boy was the
Responsibility
sole
was.
reason this video
And
was made
Chrisean,
public.
despite having millions of
She knew
followers and
very
more
well
access to resources
that
than
whenever
most,
she did,
still
someone would
chose to
find something
downplay,
new about his
deny, and
appearance to
deflect
use
instead of
against her on
confront.
social media.
And that's the real tragedy here.
Junior,
because this
who
baby
was
didn't ask for
completely
fame,
unaware of
didn't
what
ask
was
to be born
happening,
into a toxic
was
saga
looking
of breakups,
into when she
tattoos,
went live to let her
IG
fans
beefs,
know
and clout
she
chasing.
was sober.
And every time someone
She
brings up
left
his
space.
milestones, his symptoms,
When
or
Carissa
his
Saffold joined the
possible
discussion and revealed
delays.
that she had seen Junior, who
Chrisean's
looked
first
far
instinct
worse
is
than
to
she had
fight
first
instead of
thought,
listen,
the
to cover it up
situation
instead of face it head on.
deteriorated.
And at some point, people
She
just
says
stopped
that
believing
Chrisean
her.
has
Because if
prevented
the
her from
doctors
seeing
really said
Junior.
everything was fine, why not
Carissa
show it?
remarked that she
Why not
didn't
post the
realize how
visits the
things
same way
were
she
until
posts
she
everything
recently
else?
met him.
And the silence
She
on
was
that front has
upset that
become
Chrisean
deafening.
had done that
And
to
now the
him,
narrative has
and she
flipped.
thought the videos
Chrisean
of
is no longer
Junior that
seen
were
as a
becoming
misunderstood
viral
mother trying to
online
make
were
it work,
fake
but
because
as a
he was in
cautionary
worse
tale of what
form at the
happens when
time.
fame outweighs
As
responsibility.
usual,
And
Chrisean
sympathy is
chose to
turned to
clap
outrage.
back instead of
Not
owning
because
out
her
her
child
son
might
is
be special
healthy
needs,
and that the
but
term
because of the
sluggish should
overwhelming
no
sense
longer
that
be
this
applied
outcome
to
could have
him.
been prevented,
She also
could have been
denied that he is
managed,
blind,
could have been
claiming
supported
that
with early intervention and
his
honesty.
youth is the
But
reason
instead,
for his
it became a
appearance and
spectacle,
conduct.
a story told
Interview
in Instagram
5/11/603.
and live streams
Her
instead of
statement that he was
pediatrician
not
visits and
blind
therapy
was truthful.
sessions. And now the world is
But
watching
everything
with disgust,
else that people
with
were
fear,
saying
with
about him
sadness,
seemed to be
hoping
true.
that someone,
For
anyone,
instance, when a
close to her
video
will
of
intervene,
Chrome Jr.
hoping
at a
that this
church
little boy
event
won't
went
be
viral.
just another
People
victim of reality
immediately
TV
began
fame gone
condemning
wrong.
him once more,
Because when a child still
since
can't
it
walk
seemed
or
like
talk
the
at nearly
youngster
2
had a
years old,
medical issue.
it's not shade. It's a cry for
Remember
help.
when
And the
Chrisean
longer
said that his
Chrisean clings
appearance
to the
was just
idea
a
that she can outpost or outshout the truth, the more damage is done. Because what's at stake isn't her reputation. It's a baby's future. And while her supporters still cheer her on, saying,
result
"You got this, mama,"
of his
the
position
ones who
as
are
a
truly
baby.
paying attention are begging her to
People
stop
claim
running
that
from the
he is
truth and start
exhibiting
fighting
signs
for
of
her
autism,
son. Because the
and
most
that is
viral
how he
moment of
would
all won't be
actually
a
look as
clapback,
an
a
adult.
tattoo, or a live
The
stream.
video was
It'll be
published
the
on
day she looks
X
into
and tweeted by
the
someone.
camera admits she was wrong
This
and finally does what's
18-month-old
right.
boy is
Not for views,
incapable of
not for
walking in a
fame,
walker
but
seat.
for the child who deserves more than the broken world
Hashtag
he was born
Savage
into.
Jr. needs a decent
And if you
life.
made it this far, hit
Excellent
that subscribe
parents.
button.
An appropriate
because this
medical